today I've got someone doing a one-to-one class with me, and we're going to do a bit of Tanuki with Blaaws juniper. So there's the Blaaws juniper, and here we are cleaning up the driftwood. This is a bit of, I believe it's honeysuckle wood, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
And because it's very dark and dirty, we're cleaning it with this little tool to just polish the bark off so it doesn't look so black. And once we've cleaned it, we're going to see how we can fit the tree around it and make a tanuki. Ever since I did the videos about tanuki, there's been so much interest in making tanuki. People write to me and email me showing me examples of the tanuki they've made. So I thought this would be a good exercise to do a tanuki. So let's see how we get on with this. So let me show you what is happening here. So we cleaned up the wood. It was very dirty and black, but just with using this tool, we've now cleaned the wood, and here we go. Soon we'll be in business and we'll start our tanuki. It's a lovely piece of wood. Whenever you make a tanuki, it's always worth finding the best possible wood that you can get. If the wood doesn't look interesting, then I think you're wasting your time. But this is a very interesting piece. So here we are, and that, by the way, has come all the way from Manchester. He's driven 4 hours this morning to come here for a 2-hour one-to-one with me, so I will make sure that he comes away with something really nice. So Nat has just cleaned the wood, so it's all nice and cleaned up with the little Dremel. So now, to do the tanuki, I have a choice of 2 plants. I have these Blaaws junipers which we grow on our nursery. So this is quite a mature plant. I would dare say it is at least 8-10 years old from cuttings. So we can use this to wrap around the trunk. This has had no training as bonsai whatsoever. These, on the other hand, are imported bonsai. If you look at it, if you come close with the camera, you can see how twisted the trunks are. So this is a Chinese juniper which we've grown on. Can you see all these long branches? These have grown in the last couple of years. And if we had trimmed it, we would have kept it as a bonsai like that. But this has just been let grow unchecked so it becomes strong. So we have a choice of using this or that. What I'm trying to do is to fit the branches around the trunk so that it can be wrapped around the trunk to make it look interesting. Whenever we do a tanuki, the driftwood is absolutely paramount. The beauty of the tanuki or the driftwood composition is going to be in the actual driftwood itself. If it wasn't for the driftwood, this would be an ordinary juniper. So because we want to highlight the juniper, we mustn't cover it more than we need to. So, okay, look at this Blaaws. What I would do is to take these long branches and try and wrap it around. Because these branches are long and pliable and flexible, they can be literally wrapped around the trunk to fit around the trunk. And then as it grows, the bark will callus on the dead wood. Believe you me, it will happen. So that is the idea. Can you see? I'm going to take all these little branches and wrap it around like that.
Yeah.
Go around all the way up like that. And then maybe try another branch as well once you wrap that. Take it on this and wrap this as well around. Just go around. So I'm inclined to probably use the Blaaws juniper rather than the imported Juniper Bonsai, because this bonsai has already got a twisted trunk, and to exploit it to the full, you've got to make the trunk fit round the twisted trunk. So already you've closed your options. It's not that easy to wrap this round. You've got to find a piece of wood that fits in there and then wrap some of this. So my advice again would be to go for the cheaper option, which is just the Blaaws juniper, and try and fit the flexible branches round the driftwood, and then we'll tie it with the cable ties and see what happens. Sorry I couldn't show the fitting of the branches to the wood. In the end we decided to use the Blaaws juniper. So what we've done so far is we've tied it with cable ties round the wood, so that long stem, the topmost stem, has been taken up the wood, twisted several times round the wood, and then the bottom branches, because the Blaaws juniper is like a multi-trunk tree, they have got 4 or 5 branches sprouting from the base, so the bottom branches you're going to wire to make the triangular shape. So carry on wiring the end there. Okay, so we formed the bottom 2 branches to make the base of the triangle. I've got this odd branch here, and the question is, should I put it there? No, I shouldn't, because that lovely driftwood, you don't want to be hiding it, obscuring it. So we are trying to find a way of wrapping it round so that it does justice to this beautiful driftwood. This piece of driftwood is really beautiful. So let us see how I can wrap it around the wood without spoiling any of the lovely potential that there is. So if I did that, that would work. By the way, I haven't done most of this. Nat here has actually done a lot of it. It's just that he's now holding the camera for me. Now I can take it to the back perhaps, and then wrap it around to help make the main trunk thicker. Or just get it out of the way. I always try to explore different options, because there are always more than one solution to the problem. See, now if I take it to this side, I'm not blocking that, and I think it may work better like that. That could end up as a bigger branch there, and it will help to make this driftwood look more authentic. So it's got a live vein here, live vein there.
Yeah,
so I think taking it this side would be nice, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just put a small cable tie there. So you realize the value of the cable tie. Cable ties are very useful for this sort of work. Okay, I'll get you to fit it and tie it. I haven't pulled it, so you have a go. Put it where it is and then pull that cable tie tight. You can always adjust it. And as it grows, you can keep tying more and more up the tree. So just tying a few branches in the right place. Look at the detail there. You know, that will form a nice live vein there. And we're still showing the wood to its fullest extent. Look at that. If you can kindly remove the tree from the back so that I take that wood so that against the white background. There you are. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Already looking like a tanuki. You happy?
I'm well happy, yeah.
You're more than happy. Okay, now let's put it in a temporary bonsai training pot and then just let it grow. Okay?
Yeah.
So half an hour later, look at what we've produced. So you happy with it, Nat?
Yeah.
Huh? More than happy.
More than happy.
Look at it. Instant. So it's the beauty of the driftwood. I must say the beauty is really striking, especially at the top. You know, those thin bits, you can refine it a little more. And you see why we cleaned it before we put it on. Can you imagine using the Dremel now? It wouldn't get through, isn't it? Yeah. So just wait for the branches to grow. You can get more branches growing from there. So By the end of the year, you'll get a complete triangle with all the major branches, and the low branches at the back will help to thicken the trunk even more.
Yeah.
And that, I would say, is a very credible tanuki that we produced in half an hour. There you go.